All right, this is your market recap for July 24th, 2025. As you can see today, we didn't really do much. You'll be able to see that more on the lower time frames, but we had a very low volume day. Kind of just came back down to this daily candle and then worked our way back up off of that. Now, what we have going, sorry, I was a little loud. I had to adjust where I had my microphone, so should be better now. If we go on the hourly time frame, you can see that we did nothing. I mean, we had no real direction. We had some wicks that tapped down to here, some wicks that came up here, but overall, not a very eventful day. Overall bias as well was kind of hard because we had this huge SMT up here. We then also had this one. So these are both pushing us down. All right, and then we had this one here. We also had one on the lower time frame. If we go down to the 15-minute, it's kind of just a mess. At this 15-minute fair value gap extended through, reacted off of a couple times. AM session's target seemed to be this daily close. Yesterday's daily candle close. We then came up off of that, had another 15-minute fair value gap here after taking out these highs. Yeah, well, except we took out these highs here, but we barely took out the highs and then retraced this 15-minute as well as this larger 15-minute here. Expanded upwards towards the beginning of PM session. We started to retrace, so I was looking at equilibrium of this move. See, we hit it there perfectly. 381, the low is 380.75, so that's perfect. And that's also within this 15-minute fair value gap, which is at constant encroachment of that fair value gap. We then expanded upwards, taking out this high, and then went down, and then went up again, and then went down. So a 5-minute, there's really not a whole lot. You can kind of see there was no overall direction. We just went up, took out highs, went down, took out lows, went up, tried to take highs, did, and then came down, retraced, up again, took out these highs, retraced, algorithm kicks back in, 15-minute, and also if you grade this, if we count this as a retrace, because it is on the lower time frame, and we extend this one up, there we go, we're at equilibrium once again. Hit that for the 2 o'clock macro, then expanded up high, creating equal highs with all-time highs. And then we tried again, failed, and again, took out lows, took out highs, took out lows. So now here come all the SMTs. We had this huge SMT, but we also had this small one here. So I was looking to play bullish off of this. Too close to the macro for my liking. We then barely took out these highs. Huge SMT of these highs here, which then forced us down. We had an SMT of lows here. It's suffice to say there was no, like, I had trouble picking my bias for the day because there was things on both sides of the market. I mean, higher time frame, there was SMTs on highs and lows. There was no real trend that we were going with. So it was all about the lower time frame. So SMT here pushed us up. We had an SMT here, which caused a retrace. SMT of highs. Down here, SMT of lows. Big one, and then a smaller one here. Helped us push up. I would call this trade of the day, but that's a long time to be in a trade. And this would have to be a pretty big stop loss, given this huge expansive candle right here. We also had another SMT of these highs when we took out these highs here. That caused us to retrace here. This could be trade of the day as well. If we take this inverse fair value gap. But I don't trade during lunch, and I'm not going to. So that kind of rules this one out. But that's a decent move. 15-minute fair value gap. Nice reaction there. Both this one from here and then this higher one. The larger one that we covered earlier. And then expanded up from there. This move was right in the macro as well. So that was another plus for that one. And then came all the way up. Took out this high. From over there. Then we retraced heading into lunch session, or sorry, PM session. Then consolidated for a little bit, manipulated downwards, took out this low, didn't close a single body below it, as well as in the macro and this 15-minute fair value gap. Now this one sounds good. All right, this trade looks good, it sounds good, but with my model, there's no SMT, so I couldn't have taken it. Profits would have been these relative equal highs here, these highs here, this one, and then all-time highs. I might have to create a new strategy for PM session because it seems less often that there's an SMT in PM session, and it seems easier to time PM session if you are able to accurately analyze the conditions that the market's in. Like in this case, I could see that we were moving, right? We're not just going to consolidate. And I was bullish because we took out these lows, had this SMT, and retraced for lunch, made a new high. So I was counting this to be another retrace, and then we're going to expand up once again. But like I said, no SMT, but we had this higher time frame confluence in the macro. I'm thinking probably something on the lower time frame to confirm it. It's just something that I'll have to keep looking at going forwards to see what shows up, what is a good confirmation sign for PM session. And then once again, this macro didn't really do much, but we had an SMT of these highs, which caused us to come back down below these lows for the last hour of trading. Going into the future, tomorrow's Friday. If you look in the weekly time frame, could be looking for a TGIF, so a 20 to 30% retrace of the weekly range, right? If we keep that there, if we expand upwards overnight, I'd be looking for a retrace. We're in this consolidation, so I could see us very well stay in this consolidation, maybe drag down a little bit. It really depends what happens tonight. If we drag up tonight, then we're going to be targeting these. If we drag down tonight, then I have no clue what we're going to do, and we're probably just going to stay in this range. Yeah, I don't really see much happening, but kind of just got to take what we can get. And yeah, if the conditions aren't right, if your model's not there, don't take it. I had a rough day on Wednesday, which actually helped me reset for today. Conditions were bad today, or unfavorable. Model never presented itself, so I didn't take it. And that saved me a bit. So I was right today with where I would think the market's going to go, but these days aren't the ones that I want to be trading in. So this has been your market recap for July 24th, 2025.